Okay, we're going to get started. Call the meeting to order. I think Michael is going to do the land acknowledgement. Is that correct?
It is correct, yes.
Okay.
The city of Thorold is situated on treaty land. This land is steeped in the rich history of the First Nations, such as the Hadawandaronk, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe, including the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. There are many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people from across Turtle Island that live and work in Niagara today. The city of Thorold stands with all Indigenous people, past and present, in promoting the wise stewardship of the lands on which we live.
Okay, are there any declarations of interest? Okay, seeing none. Motion to adopt the agenda. Joey, Barb, any changes? Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? I think that's carried. A motion to adopt the minutes. Brenda? Michael? Any discussion on the minutes? I don't see any discussion on the minutes. I'll call the question. All in favor? Anybody opposed to the adoption? Okay, I don't see any. Okay, now we'll go through the agenda. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I apologize. Okay, there's I guess the first agenda item is CLC 43-2024, age-friendly resolution concerning font size and staff. Okay, that council directs staff report. So it has at their meeting of the council passed a memorandum regarding font size on street sign and amended the committee's to read as that council directs city staff to prepare a report regarding increased font size on street signs for new subdivisions and replacement signs, and that staff report back to council on the options for reviewing font size on other signage across the city that are within the municipality's responsibility. So that's very positive, and I'm sure Councillor O'Hare had a hand in getting this to this state, even to get a report. So we thank you, Councillor O'Hare, if you want to make any comments. You're on mute, Councillor O'Hare.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, I just want to say that at that council meeting, I did stress that this is the third time that it has come to staff and that we're hoping for a resolution on this, a report, so that we can get moving forward. But I think they got the message. So with a little bit of luck, we'll be hearing from staff, and it'll work in our favor.
Okay, and thank you so much for your help in getting this to this state. So really appreciate it. Okay, and then there was another council resolution, age-friendly committee concerning amendment to terms at their meeting of November. Council passed a motion, and I won't say the number, regarding amending the committee's membership in the terms of reference. So that's that was with regards to making the nonprofit housing rep an at-large rep. So that got passed. So when you do another round of membership vacancies, that'll be included. Okay, I think this is going to be a pretty fast meeting. Technology forum. Is there any just to give? I think Michael has agreed to take the lead on this. Is there any thoughts on dates for the forum? Like, I would think it would be the spring or like April, May. Is May a target, a nice target to shoot for?
Brenda, I spoke briefly about it, more like March, April.
March, April? Okay. We just got to be mindful of, there'll be another NOAA meeting in the spring. So we don't want them on the same weekend, or at least like a little bit of. So we'll figure that out. I'll see, hopefully we'll get a date for, and okay, so we're looking at April and March, April. Okay. Okay, World Health Organization website updates. I don't have any more information on this, but I think, Michael, what we'll try to do for this to move it forward, we'll meet with Sarah Webster. She's the provincial knowledge broker, and she knows a lot about this. And I thought there was going to be something at our NOAA meeting on this, but there wasn't. So I think I'll try to convene a Zoom meeting with Sarah Webster, and maybe she can give us some direction on this, and she might even be able to give us some suggestion on speakers for the technology forum. And we might be able to tap into some of the Age-Friendly Niagara Council members like Mary Wiley and Dominic for some suggestions too. So, and if anybody sees anything, people are on YouTube and all of these social media websites. So if anybody sees anything that might be who might be a good speaker, can you pass it along to Michael and myself? It would be appreciated. So although Michael's going to be the lead, it would be nice to be a team effort. Michael?
Yeah, I've already done some preliminary footwork on this. There is a Niagara Region seniors like IT support team out there. There's lots of federal and provincial websites. Now here's the caveat is that the provincial and federal programs, they assume that the senior has already an experience in technology. So all of their meetings, all their how-tos, do it yourself, all of those are all web-based. They're all webinar, Zoom, Skype, Google Meet. So, from my understanding, we're going to have to kind of raise the level from like what Brenda, what you would get when you have your computer courses. Those are people coming in using your computers, and it's basic, right? It's like an introduction to Windows or...
It's an introduction to everything. So
Right.
if you're a senior, your family just bought you a new iPhone and you have no idea how to turn it
Right.
on, you can come to the center, you sit in, and it's not a class per se, it's okay, I don't know how to do this. Everybody comes with something. Everybody learns by learning what everybody else's problem is.
Right.
So we use from the cell phones to the laptops to the actual computers. We do everything with them and teach them how to use all of those things.
Yeah, that's very similar. Like 30 years ago, I was teaching computer courses at Algonquin. It was called Computers for Beginners, and it was people who had come in, had literally never sat at it. That I'd create an email account for them. Sometimes it would take an hour just for them to log in, and then the next time they came to class, they forgot how they logged in. So it was very, very, very basic. But like I said, these provincial programs assume a certain level of people already having a laptop and stuff.
Yes.
So we will talk about how the forum will run, because you do want to get the beginners there too, right?
Absolutely.
But there's going to be people there, presumably again, that have a little bit higher level. So
That's
it's going to
true.
be a kind of a
Absolutely.
wide range of
You bet.
attendees. Okay, we'll be talking about that.
Okay, so that's for next year, so we're doing that. Thorold Center 50-plus general membership meeting when is that?
December the 5th. The meeting will start at 12:45. The lunch starts at about 11:30.
And that is for the membership, but we usually, we get a really good crowd usually for these meetings, and we always sponsor something like the dessert or something. I know they have a special meal. So we'll be looking maybe a dessert item, like cheesecake we did one year. So we'll probably $50 to $100 towards that lunch. And again, I don't know what the procedure is for budgets anymore, but so does anybody have any objections if we do $50 to $100 to help with that general membership meeting, which again attracts a lot of people? Any objections? Okay, all right, I really appreciate that. Okay, the November bus trip, I slipped the ball on this. I do apologize. It was only organized a couple weeks ago, but that's not an excuse. And we were swamped with Noah, the Bazaar, and Noah, the Bazaar, and this Senior Angel. and I let things slip and not send an email immediately to our committee members, so I apologize for that. But the trip is, I'll let Brenda talk about it.
The trip is tonight. You have to be at the center at 4:45. We'll leave at 5 o'clock sharp, which we go right to Betty's in Chippewa. We'll get off the bus, we'll have our dinner all together. After the dinner is done, we get back on the bus, and then we go for the tour around the Festival of Lights. And we get back to the center, around 8 o'clock, shortly after 8 o'clock. It's $5 for the actual bus trip, and it's for your meal is $39.95. And that includes the gratuity, that includes the snack, everything.
So,
And we have 10 seats left.
yeah, so that's, so we do have some seats left, and last year we sponsored one bus by $300. The bus has gone up a little bit this year. So I'm gonna suggest we sponsor by $350, and then the $5 from the members will help offset the rest of the cost for each of the buses, and the senior center will pay $350 for one bus. So again, any objections to paying $350 for one bus like we did last year? And again, my apologies to the committee for not sending off that email earlier. So I don't see any objections. Okay, and we're all caught up. The city's all caught up. We're all anything we owe to the center, it's all done. I want to thank, again, Councillor O'Hare, who was instrumental in, see, it's good to have a councillor and a good councillor on your committee. And Councillor O'Hare helped with that situation also. So another thank you, okay? Okay, this one I'm excited about. This happened very quickly. I think this was another 2-weeker. We decided almost at the last minute to see if we could have a raffle to sponsor. Our goal was they're called Angel Seniors through Community Care. And I asked very quickly, will the committee members donate something for a raffle? And the generosity of this committee was very generous. And because of all the raffle items, and we also we had so many raffle items, and we had gift certificates. The 3 gift certificates that we received are going to be part of the package for the Senior Angels, because we had so many things donated. So the generosity of this committee, I want to thank you all, and even on short notice. And we had raised enough money at the raffle. We sold the tickets at one of the general meetings, and we sold the tickets at the bazaar that was held last week. And we raised enough money to support 3 Senior Angels through Community Care. And so we're in the process, and they'll probably get 5 gift certificates as well as one of those pull carts. And Brenda and I are going to go shopping with the rest of the money to try to get some treats and some personal items. And then we're going to, I think, get Brenda to come over, and we'll have some wine, and we'll put the carts together. Wine always makes things work faster. Right, Brenda?
Yes.
So we hope to have that to Community Care in a couple of weeks. So I thank you all for your generosity, and I also thank the Thorold community for its generosity. Okay. And maybe Brenda in Roundtable will talk about the great success of the bazaar. Okay, Senior of the Year Awards. I kind of want to combine this with 2 things. We were thinking about having a Christmas luncheon, and I'm going to suggest, and you'll see why this follows Senior of the Year Awards. I was going to suggest a Saturday the 14th at Cracker Jacks, and I'm going to suggest noon. But what I would like to do is have a quick meeting. We had a little subcommittee last year, and if the same people want to be on, it was a really informal subcommittee to review the criteria that we had for last year. So it would be just review the criteria, and it would be to set the dates for receiving the the application and to set the date for the Senior of the Year awards. So what I'm going to suggest, just because we're all meetinged out, and I don't think that's proper terminology, that if the few people that want to just review this, that we meet at 11:30 at Cracker Jacks and just have a look at, the criteria and anything we want to change and to establish the new dates. And then what we'll do is we will make a recommendation at our January meeting, like we'll have all the paperwork and we'll make a recommendation at our January, and we'll actually pass it, okay? So if anybody wants to just have a look at the paperwork and just help establish the date so we can approve it at our January meetings, come at 11:30 at Cracker Jacks. And for those of you that don't, come at 12 o'clock, because it's not going to take more than half an hour. We'll have a cup of coffee, and then everybody will come. Is that okay, so we don't have to have another meeting? Yeah. Any objections?
Through the chair, would you like to form a working group now then with those members?
Okay, is there anybody, show of hands, anybody who wants to come at 11:30 and be the working group? Okay, I've got Joey, I've got Barb, I've got Brenda. Okay, anybody else? Oh, Michael? Okay, so you guys come at 11:30, we'll have a cup of coffee and we'll give it.
So will you be included in that working
I
group?
will be included in
So
that.
that's 5. We can't have 5. We can have 4.
Okay, okay,
So I have Joey, Barb, Brenda, and yourself.
okay, thank you, Michael. Okay,
We'll just need a mover and seconder to form that.
okay, can I have a mover? Joey? Anybody? Okay, Barb? Any discussion, further discussion? Okay, there doesn't seem to be.
Can anyone come early, like if Michael wants to come early and help, or does it just have to be the committee people that? Yeah.
Justin?
You can over.
So we can't have any meeting where we'll have quorum because that'll be a meeting in absence of the public, and we can't have that.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
That's why
all
I
right.
stress it's just the working group that will be meeting because
Okay.
that'll be the
All
working
right.
group's business.
okay.
Okay, it's going to come back to the committee on January, and if you disagree with the dates or the changes, and there's not going to be a lot of changes, I can think of one change, okay? So, and I don't think it's going to be a hot and heavy meeting, to tell you the truth. Okay, so is that okay, Michael? Oh, no, okay, so I'll call the question on that motion. Any other discussion? All in favor? Okay. Oh, see? Now we've got round table. So, Michael, since
Yeah, I
you
was just
were
gonna-
you're first.
Yes, I'm always last. It's got nothing really to do with this committee, but I attended the Thorold Arts and Craft Fair last weekend. It was Saturday and Sunday. I went Saturday at the high school, and it was a rip-roaring success. I was there Saturday about 12:30, and it was packed, multi-generational. It was really. I bought a few things, and it was terrific. So I know we had nothing to do with that, and I don't know in the future if we would have anything to do with it, but it was terrific. It was really good.
Well, we don't have anything to do with it, but Brenda and the committees wisely has their on the same day, and I think they start theirs at 8:30, and then the school starts theirs at 10. And because of that, we get the ripple effect of people coming. And we had the ripple effect all morning, like it was steady all day. So that's why they do, so it does actually help the Thorold Senior Center. And I'm sure Brenda will talk more about it. Anything else, Michael? Okay, Joey?
I attended the gallery players at Thorold Senior Center, and
I don't think your mic is your mic on? Maybe you have to speak more
yeah,
into it.
it's
Okay.
on.
Okay.
I'll just yell louder.
That's it. Now you just have to speak more into it.
I attended the gallery players presentation at Thorold Senior Center, and they're geared to making a performance totally accessible, and they well achieved that, mostly because the senior center is so accessible. The only thing that I was told by one lady, she said, how come the automatic door opener doesn't work on the outside door? I said, I don't know, but I will ask.
Brenda will have an answer for you. And, go.
The answer is we're waiting for batteries. None of our handicap work in the building. The front door, the door when you come in, the handicap doesn't work, and the bathroom handicap doesn't work because there's a battery from which, that's what the fellow that's been looking after it tells us. There's a battery and he needed to order batteries. So we've been waiting for about 3 months for the batteries to come in, and then once those batteries come in, then the door is able to open and shut when you press the handicap button. So that's why, if you notice, not the front door so much, but we keep it open and we put the thing underneath it, which is not secure at all. But that's the only thing we can do for people that are coming in with their walkers and canes, because they can't press the door to get the door open. So that's a work in progress.
But it's been 3 months they've been waiting for batteries?
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
they some amazingly spectacular different
I don't know.
type?
I truly don't know, because all I know is that the battery does something that when the door opens or closes, then the handicap button works. And if you have the doors open, none of the handicap will work. So it's something we need to we're waiting to get
Well,
fixed.
I'm glad that they're working on it.
Yes.
And now, yeah, yeah, the batteries and font size are all the same.
Also, it hasn't worked in years, though.
No.
So-
It's not just the last 3
It's
months.
not just like,
I've been there a couple of
it's
years and
ongoing.
it's never worked.
Yeah,
So,
it's ongoing.
yeah.
But
Absolutely.
now that the city is upstairs, they're gonna have that building in tip-top shape.
That might help us.
Yeah. So it's noted, it's been noted, and thank you for bringing it up, though.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna let Brenda go next.
Okay. Where did we leave off? On everything that's been going on.
Yeah, do a quick summary.
A quick summary.
And what's going on, and
Um,
tomorrow, too.
Yeah, tomorrow. We have something really interesting coming tomorrow. We have a free seminar for senior fitness. It's called Senior Fit, and it's being brought to us by a gentleman, Joel Neufeld, and he is from the Brock University, and he will be coming to give us the seminar. He's a kinesiologist, and he'll discuss a number of things with us, and when he's completed, then we have a free lunch for tomorrow. Currently, we have 35 people on the list, so we can still fit a few more people in, so feel free to come. There is absolutely no charge for that. Our December 5th meeting is our general meeting, but it's also our mini Christmas party, and there'll be prizes, and we also have Secret Santa that day. So we're looking forward to that. We're also hosting One Thorold, a meeting on December 11th, and I believe it's the 18th of December, it's a Wednesday, that there's going to be another free Christmas luncheon for the senior center as well. Also, we are very interested in talking about technology, a senior podcast. We've got a few names, we're thinking about it, but it would be great if we could get to our seniors through this podcast. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I think that it's feasible. I think it's feasible, I really do. And see what we can do to get to all the seniors in the city so that they can get out, not be so socially isolated, and get the news. So many people just don't know. We have people come in every day that ask, where do I go for housing? Where do I go for a new doctor? How do I get public transit to transport me from my home to the senior center? We have the information and we give the information out, but we recognize that there's just an overwhelming need for that type of information. And there's a disconnect somewhere, and we're going to find out what that disconnect is and try to get everybody in the community involved. I think that's really, really important. So we are happy to say that when we came to the city with our new lease in April, I think we're at 145, 155, somewhere along there. We're at 262 right now, new members, and that's not counting the 3 that joined this morning. So it's overwhelming in a great way. We're very, very busy. People from all over are coming, and not just from Thorold, I must tell you. People that were our newcomers have developed a thirst for our community center, and they're coming in droves. So we're happy to say that, but with that comes all the additional pressures of, well, we need more help, and we need this, and we need that. So we're looking at grants, we're looking at all kinds of things. We're lucky enough to be on with the Delta Bingo now, and they spoke to us recently about adding an extra day on, which means close to $2,000 a month that we could make through the Delta Bingo by providing service to them, and that's only 4 hours, I think, worth of work. So for $2,000, that's fantastic. We're ready to do it. And that will provide us more money for housing. We've applied for a grant for food. If we get the grant, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, we will be able to feed probably 75, maybe 80, maybe to 100 people Monday through Friday, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a toonie. So we're looking into everything possible to get all the community involved in everything that we do. So we're working hard, and it's paying off in spades. We're loving it. So thank you to the community of Thorold, and I always like to thank the mayor, the city councilors for all the work they've done, because we wouldn't be here without them. We just wouldn't be here without them. We're lucky to be in the city of Thorold. Thank you.
The only other thing that we're going to have to look at in the new year is with all this new membership, and the reason why there's membership is because there's a lot more activities, and I think there'll be more activities, is we're going to have to monitor the parking situation once the city moves upstairs, because at first there were going to be 3 employees, and now there are going to be a lot more than 3 employees. And that parking situation is going to be an issue. So just, we want to call it out right now, and I know it's going to be a work in progress and everybody working together, and we will work together, but it could be a serious issue.
Jean, I must say that they are aware of the situation. They are in constant contact, the members. Dave Baldoni, couldn't do it without him. He's in constant contact with me about everything that happens around the parking in the parking lot. I think now that we have more enforcement officers, and now that the city will be in the building, the biggest concern for us is we've lost in that perspective, but two of the people that were senior members with us, their families have stopped them coming because the city immediately after we told them about going out the parking lot, you can go out both directions out of the senior center, and we discussed that, and immediately within a week we had the signs up so nobody would park there. But they don't seem to be considerate, and they park there. So when you pull out, you can't see anything that's coming, and you have to inch out and inch out and inch out. The reason we contacted the city was because of the accident that occurred. Now what's happening is we're just finding out after that there's nobody monitoring those spots, and that's an enforcement issue, and they need to monitor those spots going out so that we can see when we get out. But I'm here to tell you that, yes, they're very well aware of our situation, Jean, with the parking lot, and I know they're doing their best to address it.
Yeah. And we do appreciate all the help that everybody gives us. We're getting a lot of help, so we thank you so much. So I'm gonna come to you, but I'm gonna go to Councillor O'Hare, just in case he wants to say anything. He has to leave shortly. So Councillor O'Hare, again, thank you for everything, and if you have any comments, please make them.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Chair. I have 3 brief comments I'd like to make. The first one is just regarding the Senior Angels program. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I want to thank all the volunteers who work hard to put this together and all the donors as well. It's a great program. I hope to see it year after year after year. So kudos to putting that together. The second point I want to talk about is the NOAA Forum. Just very briefly, as you know, I was only there for the first half, but in that short half, even though Mayor Cisco spoke much longer than was planned for him to speak, there was a lot of very good information regarding transit and, of course, AODA requirements as well. So very good, useful information, and I want to thank St. Catharines for hosting that and putting that on. The last one is just a public announcement on Saturday, November 30th in Allenburg at the Allenburg Bridge. There is going to be a bicentennial celebration of the turning of the sod of the Welland Canal. So 200 years ago to the date, the first shovel went into the ground. And at the ceremony on Saturday, November 30th, we have descendants from the Kiefer family, the Merritt family, and the Decoud family, all instrumental in shaping our history here, not only in Niagara, but especially in Thorold. So it's a kickoff event to the celebration of the Welland Canal with the 200 bicentennial celebration. So just wanted to mention that. Everyone is invited.
That's wonderful. Thank you for that information. Okay,
You're
I'll go
welcome.
back to Barb. Anything for Roundtable?
Yeah, I just wanted to congratulate Brenda and her team on the successful bazaar that was held at the Senior Center on last Saturday. It was a great turnout. It was just amazing. The gifts, the penny sale was incredible, prizes, and just, yeah, everybody went above and beyond. I just want to say congratulations to everyone.
I would like to just say that the bazaar was the biggest bazaar that we had ever had at the senior center, and I think we made $300 or $400 over what we made the year before, but it was extremely successful. It never stopped. They just kept coming in. There'd be a little lull, and then they'd all come back in, and that is why we designed to have it on the same day that the Thorold Arts and Crafts Show is, because it draws people to us as well, which is wonderful. And we do the same thing with our yard sale in September, because we do it when everybody else is out yard sailing, and that brings even twice that many people in to see us. So thank you for everybody that came. It was very successful for us.
I think it's also good because it brings an awareness.
Yes.
People are aware of that we're there. I think that's
Yes.
one of the biggest things too.
Yeah.
A lot of people went through there on Saturday. I know.
And you always get some new members when we have these big events. Okay, Anise?
Thank you, Madam Chair. No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, Mark Richardson?
Good afternoon. Thank you, Madam Chair. No updates from me. I just wanted to be a part of this meeting as I'm only in my 4th week with the city, so I've been taking some notes with respect to the parking and the doors to see if we can get that taken care of quickly. But I appreciate having the opportunity to be here with you today, so thank you.
I apologize. What is your position with the city? I apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I joined the city 4 weeks ago as the Associate Director for Community Services. So I'll be working with Dave and the team to help in any way that we can.
Okay, so welcome to the city of
Thank you.
Thorold, and we welcome you to being part of the great staff here.
Thank you very much.
And Mark, we would love to have you come to the senior center, sit down and have a chat with us.
I look forward to it.
Okay, thank you.
And they'll give you a coffee too.
Lovely.
Okay, Justin?
Nothing to add this time.
Okay, as always, I want to thank Justin for his support. He helps us get these meetings together and makes them go smoothly. So thank you again, Justin. Okay, have I missed anybody? I don't think I have. Oh, okay, just quick round table. The NOAA, I want to thank Anise was there, Councillor O'Hare was there. I think, oh, Joey was there. I apologize. And I think the no meeting was very good. Mayor Cisco, although he went long, it was something that everybody wanted to talk about. It was one of the things that people raised to talk about at the last meeting, and I think he got some good information. And the only thing I was disappointed in is I wasn't disappointed in the presentation, but the presentation on accessibility. Basically, I learned that the new AODA deadline for being totally accessible in 2025 is basically a deadline on paper. There is no teeth in ensuring that legislation is met by 2025. And I thought I was very disappointed to hear that. But at least we know what the situation is. So again, thank you all, and we will see you at our little luncheon on the 14th, and at 11:30 for the little subcommittee, and 12 o'clock for the rest of you. And, okay, I'll call a motion to adjourn the meeting. Oh, next meeting, yeah, it's a week earlier than normal. It's January 9th, right, Justin, I believe?
10th.
10th, I apologize, January 10th. I'll remember that, that's my sister's birthday. So January 10th at 1:15. Okay, thank you, everyone. So I need a motion to adjourn. Okay, Michael, anybody else? Brenda, any discussion? Okay, seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor of adjourning? Okay. And if we don't see you at the luncheon, Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you for all your support.